Marcus, fight number 3 coming up on December the 3rd. On an absolutely packed show with arguably some of the best VIP fighters that we've got. You know, I think it's Jack Cullen on there. We've got Jake James. I think Jake James has got a really good fight. Could be a really good record. We've got Moorcroft on there, your stablemate Jack Flatley. We've got a couple of kids making a debut on there. Obviously yourself, another one of your stablemates, Luke Vaughan. It's going to be a bang, mate.
Yeah, I can't wait. Good finish to the year, so definitely.
And you've got another one of those because last time out you fought Jordan Granham, who's becoming one of those fantastic journeymen, a real, especially as I was saying when he fought you, he's been in a different mould. His last about 15 fights, he's come with a different attitude, an attitude where if you're not good enough, I'm going to show you up.
I think a lot of the lads have as well on the road, the Road Warriors.
Well, your opponent that you've got on the 3rd is Dale Harrismith, and Dale is a little bit similar mould at present. He's becoming one of those really, really good journeymen.
Very good.
But I think they're a little bit peeved with some of their opponents because you've got a lot of people coming from white collar boxing, and perhaps they can sell really good tickets, but perhaps shouldn't really be professional boxers, and they're exposing them.
Yeah, giving them a go, as they should as well.
And in fact, he's in a good current run of form. I filmed him, it was only a few weeks ago, where he beat a kid who'd done the same thing what we was talking about. He'd been a white collar fighter, and he was making his professional debut. I think it was Mason Davis.
Something, it was in Oldham, wasn't it?
I filmed it, and he come out.
Good fight, to be fair, but he got the nod, and he deserved it.
Totally. And then just over a year ago, when the kid who's going to be fighting on the show with you, Luke Vaughan, he turned Luke over. If you're not up to it, he will find you out.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think we found out that you are up to it because of that last performance against Jordan Graham.
Yeah, you're in a boxing ring, aren't you? So you got to cover all corners, and you put the preparation in, and then it should hopefully play out on fight night. So.
And preparation been going well?
Yeah. And like I say, everyone's going to say but I always put 110% in. Sometimes I overdo it, so I have to get told to hang fire a bit. So
and this is a great place to be because I think it fast tracks you. Even as an amateur, you train out of this place. And while you're an amateur, you're training alongside the pros all the time, and so you're getting taught what you need to be taught from day one. And obviously this is a place that produces loads of stories. We know about them. Mikey,
brilliant.
Phil, Tom, our matchmaker, these guys who's just a strength and conditioning coach, and now he's a matchmaker for VIP. It just produces special things. Like it's nothing, but it's not, because you didn't have that many amateur fights, did you?
No, 10 as an amateur, but it was over a long period of time. But I was always in the gym, and I always had that, style of professional style.
Well, does that, like I was saying, by being in this environment, it fast tracks you to a certain degree to make you think, actually, I could do all right. I could do all right, because not only are you moving around with other good amateurs, but you're also moving around with the likes of Jack Flatley, a guy who only
European.
Yeah, was it only?
He was on BT the other
6 months ago, was it?
Yeah.
Beginning of the year.
Start of the year, December. I think
Yeah.
Sure.
So a former English champion. I think while you were here, you had Luke Blackledge here. Who was a Commonwealth champion. So it's got to give you a little bit of inclination to whether you can do it or not.
Definitely. There's no glass ceiling. That's what I was like say. You get someone who's a keep fitter, but then next to him there'll be someone who's working for, you know, central area like Mickey did with Lucinda. They're both training to side by side, but it was a good like picture to see. Like it shows that there's no one's got a like no one's better than him or, you know, a bigger ego than anyone else. Everyone works together.
How long before, you know, did you go to Alex Bianco and say to him, look, I want to go pro, or did he say to you, you know, why not give it a go? How did it come about?
Well, I actually was on his. I remember doing his white collar shows, and then just from there. Went into the amateurs, yeah.
You did amateur boxing first, then white collar, then back to amateur, didn't you?
Yeah, back to get to pro.
After, and I think I filmed you a few times in the amateurs, and you always impressed me because you've got a freakishly long reach. Also, you've got that massive advantage of being a southpaw, which makes you really, really hard to work out. How many fights, once you came back, you thought, well, yeah, go on, why not? Because I think you're 26 now.
Yes. Well, then obviously COVID hit. That was a bit of a stint, but I worked on, you know, training like a professional in that time. So
did that give you the time to work on?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I used the time very well. So yeah, I reckon I was ready, you know, quite a while ago. But you know, everything happens for a reason, and here I am. So. Yeah. You've just got to strike while the iron's hot, haven't you? So to speak.
At 26, you're still young.
Yeah. I've not had any high mileage as well. That's another. You know.
Yeah. Well, I think if you've been in a gym since you're 10 years old, like a lot of the amateurs are, and you have 100+ fights. Yeah. It can age you.
It's a lot of miles, yeah.
You know?
People see it as obviously a lot of experience, which it is, but obviously it's a lot of mileage on the clock. So.
But also, the experience that you gain here, which we were talking about before, is everything that you need to where you want to be.
Definitely.
From day one.
Yeah, you can see why, you know, what the steps you need to take.
Because he teaches a keep fitter in the same way that he'll teach a professional.
Oh yeah.
Because Alex talks you and explains why you're doing what you're doing and the reason why you're doing it. And I think when it's such a tough sport, I quite like that, mate. I like, but sometimes I don't want to do something. But if then someone explains the reason why you're doing it, then it makes it more bearable to do it.
That's what I say. I think Alex as well, his corner work is is underrated. I think it's starting to show now. You know, a lot of people take a recognition of his corner work. So, and the way you can speak to a fighter, and way you can change the mentality, I think that.
Well, he did it for Mikey. Not for Mikey, for Mickey Ellison. You know, I don't think anyone believed he could do what he was doing. I think he brought his belt in, his central area belt. He defended down in London against the GB boxers.
And he's full time as well. Like we spoke about and, you know what he's done. He was never meant to. You know, everyone was probably writing him off.
Well, this is a place that gives you an opportunity to try. Definitely. And not too many are expensive. Jack Flatley was a different story. He got to the ABA finals. But most of these guys are like yourself, who've just had a little taster, you know, done a little bit and thought, well, why not? Mikey Young, 6 amateur fights. You know, I think he's had as many professional fights now as he's had his amateur fights. And he came to the sport late. He came here as a fat kid. You know, it's just the whole gym is made up of great, wonderful stories that boxing produces, and hopefully you're going to be one of these.
Yeah, definitely. Like you say, everyone's got their own little path, haven't they? But you know, as a gym, we're a unity as well, so we all help each other, and I think that's what's great.
Have you noticed a big improvement? Because I always, you know, it's not a year yet. It was only, was it March?
March, not even full year,
we're what, about 8 months into your professional career, but this is going to be your 3rd fight. Have you noticed a big change from when you made your debut to where you are now, and what will we be looking for on December the 3rd?
Yeah, just like always feel like I'm forever improving every time I'm like in the gym. Always like, you know, listening and working on things with, you know, our coaches and that. And so just an elevated performance. So and I'm looking forward to it as well.
Moving to the new year, 3-0. If you can get a good 2023, the good thing about this place, because your coaches all know you so well, they're willing to take gambles with you.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, they've already proposed you to a few people as an opponent, and you've been turned down. So that's a good sign, isn't it? If there's other fighters that at your level or even better than you, you know, with maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 fights under the belt, and they say no, and that means you must be doing something right.
Well, we spoke about it before. You know, you're in this game for a reason, and I think if you're in it for the wrong reasons, then why are you doing it? So, just educated.
What's your reasons then? If I was speaking to you in, let's say, 5, 6 years time, where would you like to be up to then?
I'd like to say I'd like to be in good fights. And people talk about, you know, saying about, oh, that, I remember his fight, you know, it was a top quality fight. Or just taking, I know they say it, but taking every step as it goes, you know, hopefully going down the title route.
I like what you said there, though, you know, that about, it's not about what you win, it's about the manner that you win it. You know, normally a brilliant fight is for a title because it always brings out something special.
Definitely, yeah.
But it's fights that you remember. It's not the belts that you remember. You know, I'm not going to remember the fight that was only a few weeks ago against Brian Phillips against Mikey Collins. Mikey Collins Jr. It was for the central area, but what a fight!
It produces that. I think that's what you were saying, and you said as well that, you know, even the small like titles, that brings out, you know, it shows up. Yeah, it does.
We just spoke about Mickey Ellison going down to London, you know, and when he won the title, which was on a VIP show, where he beat Jake Barton, and it was an absolute fantastic war. And I think if you go in, like you were saying before, with that attitude, is I want people to remember me. I want people to remember me because I was in a great fights. Then everything that you want to achieve, you will achieve because you've got that correct mentality.
And that's what. Another thing that Alex says as well is your mentality. I think that's like one of the biggest things as well. You can be as physical as you want, but obviously you've got to have that mental ability and belief, and, you know, all them different, you know, stigmas and that. So, but yeah.
So we've got another 4 rounder, Gail Arrowsmith on December the 3rd. Hopefully on that night I'll be chatting to you. And I'll be saying 3-0.
Thank you very much.
Marcus, you take care, mate.
Cheers, buddy.
Bye.
Thank you.